peoples can, so we can learn to grow vegetables and have a place to the animals.
So, what Oscar and Isaac were just saying was, please vote for
Peoples can
so that they can
learn to grow
vegetables and
a place to go for the toilet.
and a place to go to the toilet. It's really important for Peoples Can to be able to continue to do the work that we do with all the young people in Peoples, and a place for everybody to go to the toilet. Thank you, boys. Would you like to go and see Daddy?
Come on, guys.
So we are really looking forward to being able to work with more children in the garden. We've been approached by 2 nurseries and they really want to come to us every single week for 2 years. Come to see us, come to learn how to grow vegetables and take that harvest back to their schools so that their schools can prepare their snack with it. We also really need a toilet at the garden. The infrastructure for this is a pain and it is expensive, which is why we need that money. So if we get this toilet into the garden, we've been approached by Move More, which is a Macmillan Cancer charity, and they can come and run workshops. We've had our staff trained to run these workshops. The only thing we're missing is this vital piece of kit, which is a toilet and hand wash facility. So please do vote for Peoples Can so we can continue working with young children and we can all have a place to go to the toilet. Thank you very much.
Good morning, I'm Christine Bell from Sign Without Age Scotland. This is a Danish project that was designed obviously in Denmark, and it was principally it was evolved through the need to take elderly people into the wider communities on bikes. In Copenhagen, they do have a very established cycling culture. So these bikes were developed especially to take elderly people out. And from being founded in 2012 in Copenhagen, it's now in 37 countries across the world. And our little community group brought it into Scotland just last year. And we've now been funded by the Scottish Government to roll it out over the whole of Scotland. So we're actively seeking local community champions like Jo here, who's going to talk to you for a minute about what she intends to do with this project in Peebles here. And through just some fundraising to buy a bike, that's all we really need. Jo will be able to transform the lives of many elderly people in Peebles. So over to you, Bea.
Well, as you can see in Peebles, we live in an absolutely beautiful place. There's a wealth of opportunity here for cycling, but there is, as Christine said, a big part of our community that are currently unable to access cycling here. So our aim is to buy 1, hopefully 2, trishaws so that we can take people out into that beautiful countryside and get them out, get that real wind in the hair experience down the country lanes, and really tackle the isolation that's amongst our seniors in our community. Each bike costs £7,500, so ideally we're looking to raise that amount this year to kick off our project. In future, if we can expand it, that would be fantastic, but that's what we need to get going. We've made quite a lot of links with local organisations who currently support our senior adults, and we're looking currently at how we contact the most vulnerable people to get them involved and get them out. We're also in contact with the local cycling projects, and really we've made a little organisation from just people being involved at that level.
It's all about volunteers, and the volunteers give the great opportunity to have intergenerational projects going in this sort of establishment, because you have got elderly people in the bikes, you might have young school-aged children as young as 16 who are volunteering. So it's a great intergenerational project, and obviously bringing in wider community.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people come forward who are interested in becoming pilots, and that will involve a real wide range of the community. So that'll be a fantastic element to the project as well as for the riders.
Good morning everybody, my name's Malcolm Bruce. I'm currently Secretary of the Peebles and District Men's Shed Association, or to put it more succinctly, I'm a Scottish shedder. The Men's Shed movement came to the UK from Australia about 10 years ago, and it's growing from strength to strength. There are currently about 67 men's sheds operational in Scotland, and there are about another 40, including ourselves, in development at the moment. By that, they're at various stages. They're looking for premises, as we are, or they're looking for funding. There's all sorts of stages of development. So where are we? We've been going since only November last year, so roughly 3 to 4 months. In that time, we've managed to agree a constitution with our members, which is all signed off. All right, somebody just walking across the camera there. We've agreed a constitution. We've got 36 members already signed up, ready to go. We have fundraised ourselves, just from donations amongst the members. We've brought one major employer in the town on board with quite a substantial contribution to our funds. Just to deal with that for a second, what we are trying to sell ourselves to the local major employers is we'll become part of their retirement strategy, because one of the whole things about men's sheds is it can bridge this gap that exists for men between leaving full-time employment and going into full-time retirement. Many men can't cope with that because they've been used to the camaraderie of their workplace, and then suddenly they find themselves at home with daytime TV and a stale cup of tea. So it's not a good way to live your life. So we aim to provide premises where men can come back together, enjoy themselves, have a chat, tinker with an engine, build something, build a model, paint a chest of drawers and recycle it into the community. These are the sort of things that we want to do. Now, to do that, we need two things, clearly. You can't have a men's shed organisation without a shed. So the first thing we have to get premises. Thankfully, with the support of our local councillors, just yesterday we travelled to Duns, where we've identified a very, very suitable building. It's an old temporary classroom unit, which we now aim to have dismantled, trucked up to Edinburgh and rebuilt on a site if we can find one. Trucked up to Peebles, rebuilt on a site if we can find one. That's where we're at. We are applying for £5,000 from the Localities Bid Fund. That'll go a long way towards these initial set-up costs. It's a good cause. I'm a Scottish shedder. Vote for me.